the request to enter a secure username and password, which we enter, and then are presented with a patient census. This patient census will have notification features as to an inbound consult from an ambulance or an inpatient ECG or an ECG request for a read or consult from the emergency department. We have a list of patient names as well as the readout from the ECG machine, as well as notified on the right how many ECGs are currently loaded into the system, including the most recent ECG. We choose the patient, and we're presented with the traditional 12-lead format. What is different here that you will notice immediately is that rather than present just the 3 seconds per lead that's traditional, we are providing over 3 times the amount of data by taking the raw XML waveform data and re-rendering with the Airstrip charting controls the entire 10 seconds per lead. So down here at the bottom, you can scroll through all 10 seconds. Also, you can maintain the proper aspect ratios and scroll through all 10 seconds of the waveform data, and the scrubbers delineate where you're at in time for the entire waveform. Moreover, with the new Airstrip compound zooming feature, you can pinch zoom and actually zoom in to look at waveform morphologic changes without losing your aspect ratios. This is not the case with a PDF. If you try and zoom a PDF, the lines become broken and you lose all frame of reference as to where you are in the ECG. You can also touch the scrubber and drag to the right or to the left on the scrubber. Moreover, you can choose a particular lead like V2, double tap, and are presented with a viewing pane for that particular lead, in which you can zoom in. You can also zoom out. And then you can enable 360-degree multi-directional calipers, digital calipers. So here's the calipers measuring height in millivolts. The dot receives focus from the finger. Measure the height in millivolts of the particular waveform. And then you can measure the distance of events in seconds. These calculations are automatically reformatted as you zoom in or zoom out on the particular waveform. Now perhaps you want to look at a stacked view comparative analysis of all 10 seconds for the leads. You would tap on the stacked icon and are presented with all 10 seconds for each lead. But maybe you want to see what one lead looks like on top of the other. Then you would tap on the leads button, hide all leads, and perhaps you want to look at lead 2, AVF, and V4 together only. Now perhaps you want to look at those leads, but also evaluate the computational measurements from the cardiac management system that is storing these ECGs within the hospital. You would tap on the measurement tab and are presented with a whole range of calculations with all your leads here on the left and the parameters across the top. Moreover, then you could go up here and see that not only is this most recent ECG present, but perhaps the ECG from an hour ago and maybe the ECG from 6 months ago are also available for you to review and especially to perform comparative analysis.